Hey guys, so today we use some wooden letters from Michael's. I decided to go with the biggest ones that I was able to find. The bigger the better. I also used some extra fine glitter. We do have a dark and light blue. I'm going to use this for the first letter. And the second set of extra fine glitter I'm going to use for the second set. So we'll mix that dark pink and light pink together. Now this third set of extra fine glitter, I'm going to mix those together and I'll be using these for both letters. Okay. Now moving along to the colors I'll be using some acrylic paint. A light and kind of a hot pink. I'll mix a little bit of those together. We do have some crushed or broken glass from Michael's, and you can find this on the decorative filler aisle, on the aisle that you know, buy things for to fill up your vases and things like that. We also have some epoxy resin, and this is my first time using resin today, so I am super excited. I've been wanting to get my hands on it. Here's the packaging. It's about $35 at Michael's, so hey, let's get it popping. Now, popsicle sticks and cups, you need plenty of these so that we can mix all of this stuff up together. We got some gloves to try to keep the nails clean as much as possible. And mica powder. Also, first time using this today. Super excited. We're going to mix this with the epoxy to make some additional colors. Alright, so bear with me a few moments while I get these gloves on. I don't know what the struggle was with these today, but it took me a little minute. They kept sticking and everything, so we will get there eventually. I promise. Alright, looks like it is time to create. Alright, so first we are going to clean the wood before we start. Here I just used some rubbing alcohol, some toilet paper, and those little pegs you see to hold the letter up, I got those from Amazon. Okay, that's just to hold the canvas up. Alright, so first thing first, we are going to be mixing the epoxy. Alright, now this is a 1x1 volume, so I mean, I've never did it before, but I just assumed that 1x1 means equal amount. So I got a 1/4 cup here. I got 1/4 of the part A, 1/4 of the part B, and it does say to mix it slowly. I didn't honestly mix it that slow. I did mix it for a good 2 to 3 minutes, like the bottle did say. You know, that was just like to prevent bubbles, the mixing, but I didn't have any bubbles, you know, or any problems with mine. So mix fast or slow. I don't, you know, mix how you want to mix. Alright, so next, after that is all mixed up, we are going to pour some of that epoxy over this broken glass. Okay, now not a lot, just enough so that once you get it all mixed up, every piece will like kind of be coated with it. We are going to do this instead of laying the glass out then pouring the epoxy over it, just to make sure that as we're laying it, it'll actually stay in, you know, the formation that we want it to stay, and we won't have it all slide in. I mean, I watched a couple of videos and this one looked the best. So once you get it all mixed up, either with a brush or your hands, figure out the way that you want to design it and go ahead and start laying that glass. And feel free to be creative with this. You know, I know you see my fingers going over trying to figure which way I want it to go. Kind of get that, you know, the flow of it before you start to lay it, or even if it changes, just, you know, however you see it. There's no right or wrong when laying the glass. There's no right or wrong when you're doing art, you know. And that's really one of the main reasons I'm going to be doing this YouTube channel, to just show people that you can have fun with art. You know, you don't have to, it's not perfect. You don't have to know how to do it. mean, I just began art only a year ago myself when COVID first started, and I mean, I even amazed myself at some of the things I make. I mean, look at these letters today. Today's the first time I'm making these letters, so I mean, my channel is strictly about the one divine being, how we tap into it, and how we're able to just do whatever we put our minds to. So if you guys want to paint along with me, you know, these videos will be coming out weekly is my goal, but ultimately my higher goal, I want to put out more than one video a week. But I'm going to hold myself accountable to one video a week for you guys, and together we will see where this channel goes. So as you can see, I'm still laying some of the broken glass here, just trying to get it shaped up right. Had to move a little bit of it up because it wasn't quite flowing how, you know, I was seeing the flow of it go. So it was more so what I was talking about, you know, just have fun when you are doing your art and creating, you know, because there is no right and wrong in art. Alright, so I'll quit talking for a moment here. I know I've been rambling a little bit, but let's go ahead and just see us get the rest of this glass laid down and see what's next. Guys, so we are just about done laying the glass on this first one. As you can see, it took me a little while just because with the glass being coated with the epoxy, it was a little sticky, so it was kind of sticking to my gloves here and there. But as you see, we got her done, and I think it looks amazing. So on to the next step. We are going to mix our epoxy with the glitters and paints, mix our colors. The first color there, you see I got a little bit of the light and dark blue glitter. And I did not use a lot of epoxy at all. I just put just a little bit in the bottoms. Like I said, this stuff was kind of expensive and I didn't want to overuse it. If anything, you know, make a little bit more, but I didn't want to have any left over. So the second color, we are mixing that gold and that silver together. I'm going to be placing this by the glass since the glass is kind of gold and silver as well. Now, this next color here, the mica powder. So this is the blue mica powder. As you see, I put it in there and it looked a little light, so I did add a little bit more. I believe like the mica powder is pigment, so that's why, you know, it comes out that just, I don't know, it's like that beautiful soft color with the epoxy. I really love it. So even with the green, you see that green, it was really, really light, so I had to add a lot more of that just to get that to the green that I like. And feel free to start small, guys. You just need a little bit to tint it, and if you want it darker, just add more. I did decide to use some white as well. I wanted some white in there, so as you see, I just used some acrylic white paint. Put some of that in the epoxy, and I did put a little bit, I guess I wouldn't say too much because I loved how it came out, but I used a lot of white in this one. And you'll see why I pointed that out, the difference in the next one. So we got all our colors and it is time to pour. As you see, I got that glitter, the gold and silver mix being poured right along that glass. I just wanted to make it pop a little bit more. And I didn't have like a specific color scheme in my head or anything. I just kind of, you know, went with the flow as I was grabbing the paints to lay them. So the next color I used was that green. And I'm not using a lot, guys. As you see, I didn't even have a lot to start with. So a lot of these colors I was using the popsicle stick to just make sure I was getting it all out and getting it all on the letter. And not on the edges either. I didn't want to waste any, remember? So the next color we used was the blue here. Let's see, I'm loving how it's coming along already. See here, I'm using that popsicle stick, making sure I'm getting it all out. And then I believe I used the white next. Yes, that white. So you can kind of see a difference in it, just because every color I poured so far was either glitter or mica powder, and then here we're pouring the epoxy with the acrylic paint. Okay, and I remember I did use a fairly good amount of the white in there. It was a little thicker, but I liked it. Now next we are going to use the glitter blue. And this was the last color that I mixed. So as you can see, I did run out of the colors because that was the last one. So what I'm going to do next, because I don't have a lot of space left, I'm just going to mix a little bit of the epoxy with the green and with the blue, as you see there. So mixing those two gave me this pretty like aqua green color, and I just loved it. I feel like it really tied the piece together and really blended all the colors well. So we're just using that popsicle stick to get all the epoxy out of the cup and make sure it is on the canvas, or the letter in this case. And just going around the edges, touching them up, making sure every piece of wood has some epoxy on it. Okay, now I went through and I was using my glitter cup because that was the only cup I didn't use the popsicle stick with. So doing the final touch-ups. And now it's time to blow dry, guys. I used the blow dryer to blend it out a little bit. It was kind of thickening up kind of faster than I thought, but I was able to get the blending going. And you just want to take it and kind of go up and down, like, you know, trying to just get those paints to kind of blend a little bit together so that those lines aren't so hard. You don't want hard lines, or if you do, you do. Like I said, there's no right or wrong, but for this piece I wanted it to be like a blend look. So once you are done blow drying, I just took my finger and ran it around the edges, made sure that, you know, the epoxy wasn't like coming over, and just kind of sealed it so that there's no, you know, drippings or things like that happening. Alright, so here we are going to be repeating the same steps as before. I am not going to change anything except for colors. We'll use a few different colors this time. And I did want to point out that the letters, you know, they aren't completely done in my eyes. They look fantastic the way that they are and how they come out. But after I let these sit for 24 to 48 hours, I will be making another video to show you guys how you can add like some lines and really make it look like it has that geode effect. So you guys will have to stay tuned to see that. But in this video, we are going to be doing, you know, getting everything laid and at least waiting that 24 to 48 hours so we can let the epoxy harden. And then by this set too, you guys can see that I just use my hands. That paintbrush in the first one, didn't like how it was getting real sticky and hard to move. I ended up having to throw that paintbrush away. Wasn't thinking. But just use your hands, guys. Use your hands to mix the glass and the epoxy. It's a lot more easier. So here I decided to do something different. I was going to do like kind of a swirl effect, but I don't know. This is the design that we got for the tea, so this is the design that we did. And as you guys seen too, I did mix some more, had to mix some more broken glass with epoxy. If you run out, you know, just put a little bit more, but I just kept mixing 1/4 of part A and part B as needed. You know, when I would run out of that half a cup of mixture, I would make another half cup. And I just kept making it like that as needed. Alright guys, so now that we have all of the broken glass laid, you know, again, it is time to mix those colors. So I am going to start off with the glitters for this one. That gold and that silver to pour around the glass again. Here we have the pink glitter with the hot pink and dark pink, and y'all, I love this color. I mean, just look at that. Pink is already my favorite color, so that was just gorgeous to me. Okay, now next we use that mica powder, that pink one that I had, or kind of look a little pink or purplish. I think it looks like a mauve, and I absolutely love this color as well. It was very beautiful to me, and like I said, the more that you add of that, the darker that color actually became. So I hope you guys are not upset with me. I don't know, maybe I just got so into my zone because I was using my favorite color, pink, but I completely started to mix off camera. So right there, I just added like a dollop of that hot pink that I had in the beginning, a little bit of the light pink, mixed that together, and then I think I mixed the white off camera, and that might have been the only one. So with the white in this one, I did not use as much white, acrylic white paint as the first one, so you're going to notice the difference in what I was saying. So the less acrylic white paint that you use, like the more milky it'll look, kind of like opaque, and the more white that you use, like the thicker that white will actually come out and it actually look white and bold. Alright, so you'll see the difference here once I start to pour that white, but same thing, no specific color range, I just started pouring. And I was trying to like at first use like a little like jagged effect or something, like ripples with it, but that's why my hand was kind of shaking, but it didn't come out as planned. So I just started doing the, you know, the simple flow line again, so that way my lines would be straight and then I would just blend them out. So here's that white I was talking about, and as you guys can see, it's really opaque. It's not as white as the white I used in the end, and I wanted it like this. You know, I wanted this white to be a little like more opaque to go with the pink, a little bit more soft. So like I said, feel free to have fun with your colors. Like I didn't even know that was going to come out like that, but as I'm mixing and I'm seeing, I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm telling you guys, we are going to have a lot of fun with more paintings to come, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I do want to give a special shout out to my fiance, Kevin Norton, for all of the audio provided. I will be using all of his music in all of my clips, so no copyrights coming this way. We own copyrights. Alright, so I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Again, like I said, stay tuned for the next video. We are going to be making some detailed geode lines on these letters and putting some hooks on the back too, so that, you know, our clients will be able to hang them up and all of that good stuff. So stay tuned, one divine being, and until next time, you be blessed, beautiful soul. You take care now.